Hi, Shred Pals, what's up? Welcome to the next Shred Showcase episode. This one will be with Jordan Wynn, and he actually participated in the Jared Dines competition. Hey, Jordan, what's up?
What's up?
Hey, can you hear me okay? Everything is snazzy from your end?
Yep, can you hear
I can
me?
hear you. Fantastical. Also, I love your beanie. That's great.
Yeah,
Gibson.
thank you.
Yeah, love the Gibson representation. That's awesome. Well, hello, everybody. Sorry for my wrath. Currently fighting a bit of a sinus infection, but that aside, Jordan, Happy New Year and congrats on the Jared Dines placement. It's absolutely
Thank
excellent.
you.
Solo was fantastic. Very, very fast and technical, all that good stuff. So we're going to jump right into it with some questions for you. Tell me about the guitar that you used on the JD Shred collab, and if you have it on it, or if you have it on you, I apologize. Be sure to show us, maybe give us a little.
Yeah, here it is. This is just a, run-of-the-mill LTD EC1000.
No.
I've had it for probably over 10 years now.
Cool. That's your
Uh,
baby.
yeah, I also have like a Majesty and JP7 Ernie Ball guitars, but they've got the floating systems on them, so they're in different tunings, and I didn't want to mess with it, so I just went with the hardtail.
Yeah, that's super cool. How do you like your action set up on your guitars? Do you like it pretty low for the shred, or kind of in the middle?
Uh, yeah, about as low as you can get it without buzz. So yeah, they're pretty low.
Nice. Yeah. That's like the shredder answer right there. We love our
Yeah.
low act. Definitely makes that
Oh yeah.
moving up and down the scales a bit easier. So I mean your solo was really, really good. So what was your process for writing your solo? And are there any like DAWs that you want to shout out? Like if you use Logic or Cubase, do you want to shout them out? And what rigs did you use if you have any amps?
So I did it all on Reaper, believe it or not, the free one. So I used Cubase for years, and I had one of my friends who helps me mix a lot of my stuff. He said that I should start using Reaper, so I gave it a shot, and that's what I've been using ever since. It seems to be a lot more user friendly, so that's kind of what I stick with. And then as far as the writing process, Jared sent us probably 20 or 25 different backing tracks to choose from. And then he also said that we could, he sent drum only ones, so we could make our own backing track if we wanted to. I kind of opted not to because I figured he had a way of piecing all that stuff together in his head. And, it was a perfectly good backing track as it was. So I usually go one line at a time and get a general picture of what I'm doing. Usually takes a day or maybe two. And then I go back and tweak and make changes and all that until I have a product I'm comfortable sharing with everybody. So it's pretty simple, really, on my end.
Yeah, I think it's dope that you said Reaper, correct? You
Yeah.
use Reaper. That's a very, very, very unique answer. I think that's actually the first time I've got that answer too. Which I believe at first it's like a free program. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it might be like free to start out, unlike a lot of other DAWs, and it's like actually a really good starter DAW for people that want to record at home. It's actually something
Yeah.
I've
Well, and it'll let you. It always requests that you buy it, but it never makes you.
Oh, okay.
So I think I've been on the trial period for like 900 something days. So
Okay,
it's working for
cool.
me.
Noted, definitely noted. So if anybody's looking for like a cheap but efficient DAW, go for Reaper maybe. Kind of.
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean, I really do like it more than I like Cubase, and I used Cubase for years. So
right.
I don't
Cubase
know. They've got a pretty good thing going.
is a little bit complicated, the Cubase world, but
There's
yeah,
some
definitely.
things I miss about Cubase.
Yeah, it's got its charms for sure. You got to work at
Yeah.
first and all that good stuff, unlike any program, but it's definitely top tier. So let's see, what is your favorite scale or mode to work with, and what were like some scales that you implemented into your solo? You want to give a
So I guess if I had to pick just a personal favorite, I just go major diatonic or like harmonic minor.
Yeah.
Just I don't get into, I usually don't get into, super complicated stuff because I'm fine with what I got there, and I, find a way to make it work in my favor. So, um, yeah, that's pretty much really all I use is in the solos that I wrote for the contest and the shred collab were, minor pentatonic, major diatonic, and that's pretty much it. And
Good stuff.
I think I got some good solo out of it.
Oh heck yeah, definitely. I also like the climbing sequence that you did up on the higher strings. If you know what I'm talking about, kind of like I'm shitty with describing things sometimes, but yeah, you like climbed up like right towards the end of your solo, but it was like really, really, really fast. Do you have any suggestions to newer players on getting your dexterity improved if they want to work themselves up to participating in collabs like you did? Do you have any advice?
Yeah. So I guess I kind of do it the opposite way of what everybody says. They usually tell you, start real slow, get a metronome, start real slow, work up. Well, what I tend to do is I set that metronome super fast and play it sloppy over and over again. And I know that I'm playing it extremely sloppy, but I get used to that speed, and then I'll go down to a lower speed, and it feels a lot easier to me. And then I go back up to that higher speed, and then I just kind of crank that lower speed up when I go back, and I just kind of crank it, slowly as I go. And then when I get to the speed that I want, it doesn't feel like I'm working as hard because I've been, playing it at 250 beats per minute for 4 hours, So that's kind of how I built my speed.
Cool. Well, that's definitely an interesting approach because like to start out like basically as sloppy as possible, but then over time smoother, that's definitely a super unique approach. A lot of guitars, you need to start clean right away, because if you don't start clean right away, you will never play this riff correct. So that is a totally unique perspective, which I'm open to 100%. And if it works for you, it works for you 100%. Just gotta, try out.
I don't know if I would recommend that method to a complete beginner. I've been playing for enough years that I have my technique kind of, honed in, and I kind of know what I'm doing. So, if you have that technique, you can give this, my technique on building speed a try. If you're still building your technique and you're not super comfortable with it, I probably wouldn't recommend that, until you have your technique, down, and then you can give it a shot, because you kind of know what your fingers are supposed to be doing when you're going that fast. When you're playing at 250 or 300 beats per minute, you're just not synced up correctly, because it's too fast. So then when you go down, it kind of takes that stress off, and it seems to help me sync up a little easier. I know it's kind of strange, but that's just what I've always done.
Strange at all, because once you play for that long, you kind of have that muscle memory, and your brain wrinkles at that. So it's all about to an extent knowing your patterns. Some people really back up the muscle memory and knowing your modes and your patterns. Other people are all about theory. So really, really up to the player. Oh, we also have somebody called Sparsh that said, I also practice in a similar manner. So that's dope.
So I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm not the only one.
Awesome. Nice. Well, we got some similar bros in the chat. That's cool. All right. So what can listeners expect from you now that the Jared Dines collab has been released? Are you releasing any singles, or are you a part of a band? Like, tell me what's up as far as the Jordan Wynn world goes.
So right now, I do have a band that is kind of in its infancy stages, so I can't really reveal much about it right now. We've been working for, I don't know, close to a year, but not really ready to, give out too much information about that yet. But as far as just me, I've got a YouTube channel. I'm actually kind of new to this whole content creation game, so I kind of started out here with a bang, just got right onto this video. So I've got the YouTube channel going, and I reached out to. I actually sent a message to every single person on the collab, looking to get some collaborations with those people going, and I think I got a few bites on that. So hopefully, I'll be working with some of the people on the collab this year, and then working on my band thing that I've got going on, and I'm just hoping to make some cool stuff happen. So.
Dude, I am proud of you, because my next question literally was, is there anybody on the Jaredines Tread collab that you would like to shout out? And are there any collaborations of your own coming up with any of those players? So you're doing it correct, just sending out those invites and just saying hello, sliding in their DM, really just doing something that can get you so far. And anybody looking to climb the industry ladder, per se, do what Jordan is doing. Just when you're on a project, especially right off the bat like that, don't be afraid to put your name out there further. And we also have Tremaine in the chat, so hey.
What's up, Tremaine? Yeah, I put out a whole slew of YouTube videos like 3 or 4 years ago, I think, and it was right when I got my editing program, so I was kind of just like publicly teaching myself how to edit, and posted it. It was a bunch of little stupid skits and covers that I was doing. So I've kind of trying to move away from the cover game. So I've got a lot of ideas that I'm going to be working on when it comes to the YouTube channel, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully I get some good collab going.
I think you will. I definitely think so. And hey, I mean, I've got some records coming out this year that I don't know if they're your cup of tea. There's actually a question coming up. What other genres do you listen to other than metal? Because I do a lot of like indie rock, kind of like pop fluence, but more so Avril Lavigne type of stuff. Even like talking hip hop elements. I'm looking for like some collaborators on my singles. So I mean, if that's something that you're up for, 100%.
Oh, yeah, just let me know.
Yeah, dude.
We're in touch now. So
yeah. No, I just think I really respect what you are doing. So, whatever help you need, I got you. I got you.
I live in Wichita, Kansas. So, no offense to Wichita, Kansas, but there are not huge things going on in the music scene around here, really. So yeah, trying to kind of branch out and work with people all around the world, really. I think that's going to help out a lot. So.
And you know what? This is interesting, because a lot of the most successful players, I mean, there's incredibly successful players in the hubs, like New York City, LA, Nashville. But the people that in like the rural areas, I can't speak today apparently, but for example, Kansas, upstate New York, not a ton going on. It does give you a platform to kind of like network from home and have this like peaceful environment where you can really just focus on that. So those areas can be good for stuff like that, kind of buckling down.
Yeah, if you really want to break out, I guess you kind of have to rely on the internet. So here I am.
That from anywhere. So that's the great thing about the music. Now, you don't have to move to the hubs to be somebody independently. You can really do it from any part of the world. And yay, we got so many friends. We got Luke on here, which he was a part of the collab. Luke Jeanson, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm going to be interviewing him in the future. So that's cool.
Nice. What's up, dude?
Very, very cool. So what record do you have on repeat right now? And is there any other shredder or musician that you're currently drawing inspiration from?
I guess I've been listening to Ozzy's The Ultimate Sin record. It's kind of, not one of the most famous ones, but Jake E. Lee, I think, is one of the most underrated out there. As far as it comes to Ozzy's guitarists, he came after Randy Rhoads, and Randy Rhoads is who I would probably pick as my biggest inspiration. He hooked me in at a very young age. Him and Stevie Ray Vaughan were who made me want to pick up the guitar, and so yeah, kind of went off on a tangent there, but yeah, that's kind of what I've been kind of stuck on Jake E. Lee lately. I just his style is something else.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, never apologize for going off on a tangent, because I do every single interview, if you haven't noticed. So I like people's different inspirations, especially outside of metal. I think it's really cool because once people tell you what their inspirations are, for example, classical guitar, you can really go, oh, actually, I hear that. You know, I can hear where that comes from. So I can definitely hear the Stevie Ray Vaughan a bit. You know, he was a really simple dude. So definitely I can hear that inspiration. And one of my buddies, Paul Barry Ashworth, says, totally agree, Jake Ely is massively underrated. So cool. We got some friends in the chat.
Yeah, and then I've also, you know, drawn in, like, as my musical taste matured from when I was, you know, growing up to now, I obviously got hooked onto more of the shreddy type of, you know, feel. You know, players like Jason Richardson, you know, is basically, you know, like a demigod. And so I've got that mix between the old school bluesy, you know, pentatonic Zakk Wylde style, and then I kind of mix in that Jason Richardson real shreddy style. I've got you know, just a mesh of that going on. So
I could hear that. I could for sure hear the Zakk Wylde. I'm sorry, his name ain't Jack. He ain't Jack Sparrow. Zakk Wylde. I've actually seen him in concert, and he was like shredding for like 30 minutes straight at least. But it was
walking through the crowd
thing that he was performing at, and he like was going around like getting up really close to people in the crowd and like showing them his licks and everything up close. And
I went to the Generation X show. I went to that too.
Yeah, it was
guitar
lesson. He was like, and like people were really getting into it.
Yeah.
So that really, really cool experience. So while we have some folks in the chat, I do just want to say that we are taking 2 or 3 fan questions if there's anybody that has anything to ask Mr. Jordan Wynn here. I only have 1 or 2 questions left myself, as these interviews are a bit shorter. So definitely just put them in the questions tab or in the comments below. We did have one, which is the signature question, it appears, from our friend Jeriel here. He goes, what do you think makes Dave Mustaine the greatest guitarist or thinker of all time? He's a big Dave Mustaine fan, and he would like to ask.
What makes him the greatest guitarist of all time?
Yeah.
Is that the question?
Yeah.
I don't know about all that. Maybe one of the greatest thrash players of all time. And one of the things that I really like about Dave is the way he can sing and play at the same time, because some of those riffs are no joke. And then the vocal melodies don't follow the guitar whatsoever. So he's just completely separated his brain and his hands from, you know, each other, which is nuts. So, I mean, it's really hard to do. I can't sing and play some of those intricate riffs like that at the same time. It drives me crazy. So
drum and sing, but to like just like intricate riffs like alongside a vocal melody is just not an easy feat, you know.
Right.
Drumming and singing is hard enough. So definitely props for that. Yep, we got Paul still in the chat, so hello. Lots of familiar pals.
My friend Brad says Wichita is dope.
Yeah.
Wichita is dope. There's nothing wrong with Wichita. I wasn't trying to bag on Wichita whatsoever. We have a good music scene. It's just we're not a big hub, you know. There's not a whole lot of people that make it out of here. So it's not a place that people come looking for us. So you know,
Army made it into a 7 Nation Army song, or I believe.
Yep.
7 Nation Army making Wichita famous out here. What was it like sitting down with Ollie Herbert from All That Remains?
It was quite the experience. I had the privilege of taking lessons from Ollie Herbert for a while, and I think that was another like aha moment in my playing, because he pointed some things out that I was doing and then helped me make some changes in my playing that really helped me excel. And I truly believe that he's one of the reasons I am the player that I am. So, yeah, it's kind of strange how he died, and nobody really knows what happened. But rest in peace, and I'll be forever grateful for those lessons because, like I said, it's definitely one of the reasons why I am the player I am.
Right on. Yeah, I actually didn't know that. That is really dope that you got lessons with him. That's really, really
Yeah,
cool.
I also I went to Michelangelo Badio. I took a lesson from him as well while he was when he came through Wichita, and that was pretty cool. So I don't know if he remembers me or not, but I've got pictures with him.
Nice. Well, I'm sure he knows you now, same collab and all that good stuff. Yeah, he's been on so far. He's really dope.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's really cool. So we got one more question before we top off this stream here. One or two. We'll see how many more folk roll in. From Paul, he goes, "What defunct band do you wish were still together?"
Well, this might be, I don't know. I would like to say Pantera. Yeah, they've got a version of Pantera going right now, but Dimebag Darrell is one of those that really had a lot of influence on my playing. And I was 11, I think, when he died, and I don't even think I'd been to a concert yet, so I never got the chance to experience the actual Pantera experience. And I actually play once a year. We throw on here in Wichita. We throw on like a Dimebag tribute show. We call ourselves Throws of Rejection. It's just a bunch of Wichita musicians. We get together once a year. We've actually been doing it more than once a year for the past couple of years. But yeah, it's just like a big community of musicians that get together, and we get up on stage and play a bunch of Pantera and do our best to do it justice. So if I had to pick one, it'd probably be I want to see Dimebag Darrell. So I'd have to say Pantera.
That's a good choice. That's a really solid choice. And that's dope about the too. That seems like a really good time and probably very loud too. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He says he saw Pantera live and he totally agrees. Yep. No, they seem like they got a lot of energy, or did have a lot of energy for sure. But
yeah, I'd totally go see the version they've got going now with Zakk Wylde. I don't think it'd be quite the same. The energy probably wouldn't be quite the same, but I respect it. Whatever they're doing what they want to do, so I'd pay for it. So
right on. Yeah, just keeping music alive. That's all that matters. Putting that shred in front again. But anyhow, it was definitely great to talk to you. I believe that is all the fan questions that we got through. But if you have anything else that you want to promote in the future, definitely just hit me up and we'll get it going for you. Definitely just keep doing keep doing your thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
Yep. If you want me to help, if you wanted some collaboration on your stuff, just let me know.
For sure, I'm totally up for that. 100%. Got to get some more shred stuff going. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Take care. Go check out Jordan if you have not yet. This video will be posted to YouTube as well, along with all the other shred showcases from the Biggest Shred Collab 5. Gonna go until the end of the month with a bunch of the other players. But yeah, keep on shredding. Yeah, we got some Jordan is amazing in the comments. Right on. From Sarah there. Rock on.
Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Right on. Thanks for coming on, yo. Appreciate it. Okay. Take care.
You too.